New this morning, an update on a story we've been covering for about 4.5 years now. A former Marine who lost both of his legs after stepping onto an IED while serving overseas in Afghanistan.
Yeah, since then, Lafayette native Corporal Matt Bowman has spent several years getting back to what was once his normal life, if we could imagine that. News 18 this morning recently sat down with him as he continues on his road to recovery.
Like most men and women who join the U.S. military, Matt Bowman knew he had a mission to accomplish when he enlisted. He says it was after the 9/11 attacks that he felt a calling to become a Marine.
I still remember where I was on September 11th. I was actually in 7th grade social studies class, and that probably did it for me. At part of the reason why I wanted to join as well. I wanted to help make sure that didn't happen again on our U.S. soil.
After graduating from McCutcheon, Bowman left for basic training and then was sent to Afghanistan in January of 2011.
I wasn't scared. My parents were.
He was only there for a month when his whole world turned upside down after stepping on an IED. He says today he's just lucky to be alive.
I guess you could kind of say it was like a dream. I don't really remember anything.
News 18 spoke with Bowman and his family via Skype after his accident.
I lost some fingers on my left arm, and then I lost both legs.
Both his legs were amputated following his accident. He also suffered from several other injuries.
Lost a couple fingers on my left hand, and then I got a skin flap on my left hand that came from my bicep. You can see the scar right here.
After spending a year and a half recovering at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center in Washington, D.C., Bowman and his family finally came back home to Lafayette. This would be the beginning of a whole new chapter in his story. Although it's been a tough road to recovery, Bowman is now able to get by with help from a new best friend.
Good girl.
When he's not wearing his prosthetic legs, Bowman gets around in this wheelchair. He even taught himself how to drive again.
Hand controls here, and they are directly connected to the pedals down there.
And his mission isn't over. Now a junior at Purdue, Bowman continues writing his story.
I'm at Purdue University, majoring in social studies education.
And he says it's his children who inspire him to never give up.
I just remember that there are 3 little boys that need me, and so they kind of push me to keep going.
Although he lost both his legs, Bowman says he's just thankful to still be alive. And one thing he hasn't lost is his faith.
God's a big part of it. I think he had this kind of plan for me. He put me on this path for a reason, and I think that reason is so I can inspire others.
Wow.
And certainly such an inspiration to so many in our community.
Yeah, going into social studies education.
I
That's
thought
great.
that was really neat.
And you were mentioning how protective that dog was.
Oh yeah, that dog was so protective, such a sweet pup. But when we were there doing the interviews, the dog just kind of stood around in the corner in the kitchen and just kind of watched.
Watching.
Yeah.
All right,
so
we'll look
it was
forward
really neat.
to what happens to him in the future.
Yeah, best of luck to him.